I am getting word that we are ready. Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty by D-Limes13. Let's take it away.
Thank you very, very much. Welcome to Metal Gear Solid 2, and this is the Substance version of the game, the expansion pack to Sons of Liberty. I'm D-Limes13. I have on my couch behind me Joseph Joestar316, Metal Glenn Solid, and Apache Smash via remote. So let's just get into the run. We are going to load a New Game Plus save. It'll enable us to skip a 2.5-minute cutscene about 10 minutes into the run, which will point that out. We're going to play on European Extreme Difficulty, the highest and hardest difficulty in the game. We're going to go for Big Boss rank, which is basically rank 1. No kills, no saves, no alerts, no rations used, all that fun stuff. And then we're going to play on something that's not really played on too much, Game Over if Discovered, and that's just how it sounds. You get spotted by the enemy, you get spotted by a camera, whatever. The game just ends and you have to take a continue. So, time is going to begin when I select Game Over if Discovered, and then these guys will take you through the first couple minutes of the run. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Go!
Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Alrighty, so we get to play the first few minutes here on the tanker as Solid Snake, a couple years after Shadow Moses incident, but we're not going to talk about that. It's raining here, and normally on lower difficulties, we're going to head off to the right, go up some stairs, but in European Extreme and Extreme, we're just going to go to the left here, head up some stairs, or not up some stairs, excuse me. We're going to go to the left on the side of the wall, just past this guard. There's no footsteps on this game, right, Joe?
Well, not quite, but, you know, they can't hear anything anyway. But I guess a few of the things you may notice on screen, other than just, you know, the life bar and the weapon you see in the lower right corner, is a running timer in the upper left, which is just a in-game timer that we use just for our reference, and the turbo-enabled text that you see pop up along with a little bloop, bloop. It's a built-in feature for MGS2 PC, which allows us to enable turbo to skip through codec lines faster, cutscenes faster, and also not break our wrists when resisting a certain torture at the end of the game.
Yeah, that was something we voted on a couple of years ago now. Just for European Extreme mostly, people were like, I don't want to do the mashing section, which is insanely long on European Extreme for this game. Unlike the HD collection they later released, where they shortened it very much.
Yeah, so D-Limes is just gonna wait a little bit here. He's gonna do a sneeze buffer. I know, it's not something you often hear, but it's just for timing. So coming up is gonna be the first boss fight with Olga. It's also the first element of RNG, which we're gonna see either, you know, a left side spawn Olga or a right side spawn. So let's see.
Oh, bad luck.
Right side Olga.
Right.
So
Okay.
that's not the worst, but, you know, ideally for European Extreme, we wanna get a left side Olga. It's just random. But it gives us a chance to do what we call an Olga loop, where she kind of hunches down in the back there, and then you could just repeat headshots.
I grew up on the battlefield. Conflict and victory were my parents. The unit is my... We've shared everything.
I'm a little jealous. She's better with that USP than we ever will be, because we're going to take it from her here after we knock her out.
And that's usually my point in the run where I'm like, okay, I get through this fight. I'm like, okay, things get a little bit easier. The first couple minutes are always a little scary just because a lot of these boss fights are one-hit kill.
Yeah, and I guess maybe that's one thing we could talk about is, you know, what makes European Extreme unique from the others. And one of being, yeah, most boss fights will kill us in 1 to 2 hits, depending on which fight it is. It's 3 gunshots from guards. You know, to lose your life bar, and then there are no rations in the game on European Extreme, absolutely none, which is kind of scary when you think about it. But
we don't need them.
Yeah, we don't need them. They're just, I don't know, they're there with us in spirit.
Snake doesn't get hungry. It's fine.
Yeah, well, I mean, I heard he doesn't like the rations anyway, but that could just be me. So what D-Limes is going to do here, he's just going to shoot at that window to make this guard turn, because again, we're running on Game Over if Discovered, meaning, you know, if you get spotted, that's it. Instant game over. There's not this delay where they try to call in for backup. You can either try to neutralize them, shoot the radio. Well, we can't do any of that, really. So he's just going to play it safe here, just put them both to sleep.
Alrighty.
All right, so this room can be a little bit tricky, especially on Game Over Discovered. You got to move through this room fairly quickly. So I'm going to roll down and trank this guard. It's called a trank roll. They'll be instantly put to sleep if we roll into them. Otherwise, if we just shoot them, then it could take a certain amount of time to go to sleep depending on where we hit them. Then I'm going to do the same thing with this guard, and then it'll lure another guard down here.
What's that?
Which that guard will spot the guard asleep. I will hold this guard up.
Freeze.
And then just for safety, I'm going to turn around and trank him, and then he'll eventually go to sleep after his radio call. That way he doesn't come back up here and hear my gunshots. And then I waited there to skip a cutscene and avoid another guard coming out of the room behind me. And then I can just shoot all these sensors in peace and be on my way.
Very nice. You don't want to. You got to be careful with some of those sensors, especially the first and the last one. I know, Joe. I know you've shot them. I know I've shot them.
Yeah, it's almost like a rite of passage with this game is everybody blows up the tankers sooner or later.
I think even on very easy, where there's just one of those things, I think every single person who's ever speedrun this game, especially repeatedly, they've blown up the tanker.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm going to do a little punch kick buffer here to wait for this jamming dude to walk by. Then we're just going to run to the door while this other guy is asleep. Easy peasy.
Yeah, that guy with the, playing the music with his headphones or whatever, he's my favorite guard in the tanker.
That's me at work too.
I like the one that isn't wearing pants.
Of course you would. All right, guard rush. You guys want to explain this?
So there's a few guards that we're going to take care of. Mostly we're going to shoot the one here and just go for as many trank headshots as we can. Since we are going for Big Boss, we are trying not to kill any of them, I think.
Yes.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So they're just going to come in from the right. They're all going to come from the same direction. There's going to be one that's going to hang out here on the right. Sometimes he might pop out, but not pop his head out. He's going to shoot out the lights here so that we can't see.
Ooh, very
We just
nice.
turned the brightness
You
up,
were
but that was
very
pretty
lucky to
good.
not get hit there.
Boom, boom, boom.
Oh no, I killed him.
What are you doing, man?
I don't know. I didn't see him kill him. I mean, it just ended too quick.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the game only counts guards as a kill. It takes like a second or so after they die. As long as you kill those 3 guards fast enough at the end of the room, they don't count as kills. This is ladder skip. We equip the camera when we are getting on the ladder, which makes the game go a bit strange. The game's not sure where you actually are, so there's like a strict button combination that we do, and it allows us to completely skip the ladder.
All right, hold 2. We're just going to turn and switch cameras here so that they turn the other way, and then we're going to hold up this guy, and then hold up this guy by switching weapons on previous, and hold up the final guard. You got to do that quick enough, because if you're not quick enough, that final guard we held up, he might turn around, and we really don't want that. And we're going to take some pictures here. 1, 2, boom. And 2 spots, so we only need to stand in 2 positions. As long as you are on 16:9, it's a lot easier. Limes, I think we're supposed to take a photo of the Marines logo.
No,
there on the
yeah,
side.
we did. It was crystal clear to me.
I definitely saw it.
I must have blinked then, because it's hard to do that in 2 spots. It's on the side.
See, Anacon says so. We got it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw it.
Otacon has spoken.
And
That's
that
a
is
super clean
tanker.
Yeah, very nicely done.
Pretty clean, yeah.
difficult section.
Well done.
Enjoy your break. And
I
come on,
think most
smash.
importantly, Joe, we
So-
beat the safe boss.
So this
That's
is
right.
the plant section we'll be playing as Raiden for the rest of the game. The first few minutes is just kind of tutorial stuff and just getting up to the roof, so this would be a good time for donations.
Alrighty then. We got $40 from Ska Melee. Here together, but hidden in a box for stealth. Good luck, D-Limes13. We also got $15 from, excuse me if I butcher this name, Nia Velugan. Super hype for the Mario 64 run. Guys, let's make it happen. Absolutely. Let's do it. Got $25 from Arthur E. Feels great to become a first-time donator rather than a no-timer. Thank you again to GDQ for all the amazing content over this past week and the backlog of VODs to come. Much love from Alaska, less than 3. Keep going?
Oh, yeah, I can do a couple more.
All right. We have $50 from Arrowbreaker. Let's see if I can get 3 out of 3 limericks read. Alrighty. At SGDQ, here we are. Now let's simply collect stars. I'm donating now in hopes that somehow we'll unlock this Mario Kart. $100? Oh, we're good?
Oh, I was just about to say that, yeah, that guard on the lower right, he's okay.
Just nice little chop to the lower lumbar section. Probably L3, L4, I don't know. I'm not much of a doctor.
All right, making our way up to the roof now. So our first mission is we're going to meet a Navy SEAL called Pliskin, and then just go from there. So we got time for a couple more donations.
Alrighty. We got $200 from Arzen. Always love GDQ. Keep up the good work. $100 from Anonymous. This past week has been so much fun, and the runs have been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, GDQ. I've loved the hybrid format and being able to help Doctors Without Borders again with everything they do. Less than 3.
All right, this room I consider hard because I usually go to the bottom for all my speedruns, but on Game Over I've discovered you have to go up top. Okay, that was the dumb part. I hate going up top for whatever reason. The camera angle's weird, and getting through that guard without getting spotted, I clench every time.
The movement has to be absolutely perfect, and the guards can see so far on this difficulty that if you're a little bit off, they can catch you, kind of as you run towards the door.
Wait a minute, that guy looked familiar there, Glenn Apache. I mean, it kind of looked like Snake, sounded like Snake, even though we didn't hear him talk yet, but I get this feeling we've seen him before.
Nah.
I don't know what you're talking about, Joe.
no
I've never
idea.
seen that
Joe,
person in
you're
my life.
It must be just me.
You're crazy. It's just you.
So now we are off to meet our good friend Peter Stillman, and normally if you play on New Game, then we have I don't know, I think it's like a 6-minute cutscene or something that we skip, but we're playing on New
At
Game
least
Plus, so we
4.
get to skip it. You think it's 4?
Yeah, 4 minutes.
4? Oh.
I thought it was 5:30,
Nobody knows.
and nobody knows.
Perhaps no one knows.
Not even once.
So we're going to be informed that there are bombs all over the plant, and despite our limited experience, we're going to have to go and defuse them. Fortunately, he teaches us how, and he gives us a little bottle of Febreze or something that we have to spray onto all the bombs. So now we're just going to go through the plant in a big circle and defuse all the bombs. We have a sensor that will kind of show us where they are, but their positions are static on each difficulty, so we already know where they all are. At least I hope.
Oh, God. Stupid cipher.
It's too early for this line. Come on.
If that had been like half a second later, lines would have been spotted there. First one's behind door number 1. Certain positions give you a faster defuse. That bomb you'll always get a faster defuse on. So certain ones we can move ourselves into a better position to defuse them quicker, and some you can't. Nice door prone.
Thanks. So this bridge I have to wait a little bit till this guard turns, and then for safety I'm just going to go up to him and punch kick him.
Yeah, early on in the big show, we actually do have to be rather stealthier than we would normally be because we actually have to go around and pick up the M9. We don't just get it handed to us like we do on the tanker. It's in strut F, so we have to stealth one more strut, and then we can go get it.
Yeah, the M9 is a very powerful weapon in this game, especially on a difficulty in a mode like this. It is a godsend for sure.
It's definitely your most reliable, if you will.
Oh yeah. I'm just gonna wait for this guard to turn for safety, defuse this bomb, and then I'll hold him up and go into him like that. See you later. Grab these chaff grenades, and off we go.
Smooth roof.
It's really great that they can't hear the footsteps or the sound of you spraying behind them.
I'm just gonna wait for this guard to turn. You can attack him from behind in the groin, but I'd rather not, because if I miss and he turns around, that's a continue. So I'll just eat the couple seconds.
And then there's also the possibility where if you are even a little bit off on in this room, he might wake up, and knocked out guards in this game wake up really quickly, especially on this difficulty.
We're actually defusing the bomb from the back there, so normally you're supposed to crawl all the way around, but there's a really specific spot you can go to and defuse the bomb from the back.
It's fine. Fabrice reaches very far away.
Yeah, and then one of the things that you saw D-Limes do there while in the pump room was he was crawling and then just instantly getting back up from equipping, unequipping. It's what we call the coolant rise. It's just an animation cancel that in a room like that where time is of the essence for that guard's patrol, it does save you time and just gives you that little bit of extra, buffer just to be able to get out safely.
Shoutouts to the M9.
I'm under attack.
No.
Yeah, this room is very tricky. Got to take out all these guards, and then I'll just take it from up here. Sometimes I get them down there, sometimes I get them from above. It just depends on how I'm feeling. I just want to get them out of the way early, but get rid of those guards, get out of here before the attack team unit comes and wakes up all the guards, and off we go.
Yeah, the attack team will come relative to where the guard called the radio from, so because that guard was in the south, the attack team will come from the south as well, which is useful because we're going out this north door.
All right, so the EF bridge has several invisible mines, but we're going to toss a chaff grenade to get rid of some ciphers, and then we're going to cartwheel prone and go just pick this one up. It's going to be a little bit easier for us later on. It's positioned in such a way to where it's just a pain not to pick it up, and it's going to be easier for our routing later.
So this room is somewhat on a timer because we're waiting for the bomb to come out of the conveyor belt, so we're just going to take out all the guards and all the cameras in this room. We'll especially need to take out the cameras because we'll come back to this room towards the end of the game. And if we get spotted by one of those, bye-bye, game over.
And there's 4 guards and 3 cameras in this room, and one of them is on the right here, so we had to take out the first one, take out the first 2 cameras that are in the front here, take out that guard, and go over here, get on this camera, go under the conveyor belt, pick up the stun grenades, and that is just enough time for us to have met the cycle for the bomb that's on this crate. We could just spray through this crate with the coolant, not a big deal.
So I tranked that guard again, and if I'm fast enough on the roof up here, he'll be still asleep when I come back. If I'm not, then I'll need to take him out right at the beginning of the stairs right there. It's a small optimization, so we'll see if I'm quick enough up here.
Oh, there he is. Now, I still don't see what you mean, Joe. He doesn't look like I've seen him before.
I don't know, it could just still be me, but yeah, Strutty helipad is probably one of the, most time sensitive rooms in here. So you have to get to this bomb underneath the Harrier. And the guard patrol pattern up here is very unforgiving if you're even just a little bit slow, because again, on European Extreme, they could see from really far away, and due to the fact that we don't have a radar to see, but if you did, you could just picture their field of vision cone just almost going across the whole screen.
And
Yeah.
this codec is scripted, so Limes held the equivalent to the select button to open it on frame 1 so we don't have to listen to it ring at all. And we have our cardboard box. It's going to lower our profile just a little bit so that we are lower than the conveyor belt and the guards won't see us.
I didn't see anything. All I saw was just a box.
A
Box. So this room is arguably the hardest room in bomb disposal just because you have 3 bombs and 4 guards in this room. So I'm just going to take everybody out. And then you got to be quick enough because if you get here too slow, then the guard on the bottom will spot you. But we should be just fine. And I'll lure him to get him away.
Too, because there are 3 bombs. It was New Game Plus or New Game, I forgot already. 2 of these bombs right now are basically on top of each other. And then, like I said, on New Game Plus or New Game, I forgot already. One of these bombs is on the other side of the strut.
Yeah, that's on plus. We're playing on just
okay.
New Game +1, essentially.
Yeah. You'll know the difference if you're on New Game Plus or New Game Plus. They'll have Snake and Raiden will be wearing sunglasses that do absolutely nothing.
Except slow me down, I think. I don't know. I think they're ugly, so that's why I don't wear them.
They're cosmetic, it's fine. Yeah.
I think they suit Raiden. I remember Tyler said this when he did this run at GDQ. Said Raiden suits them and Snake doesn't. I think that's true.
All right, got to be careful of this camera here, so we're just going to go right under it. Take a fine line so we don't get spotted. Take this guard out before he has a chance to do anything. And that's the majority of the bomb disposal. There's a couple more bombs we'll have to take out, but that's the bulk of it right there.
All right, now we've made our full circle. There's another sensor we were going to have to grab because Stillman was going to tell us again anyway to, hey, I made this other sensor, you should go get it. But, you know, Ryden being a good fella, he went to check up on Stillman and he was gone and left us this sensor. So we pick it up.
I don't know, maybe Stillman left to go watch the stream or something.
Although we know where the bombs are, the game won't actually let us progress until we pick up sensor B.
Yeah, we're not going to actually use the sensor, but story flag, we need it, unfortunately. Not taking any chances this time. Nope.
So now that we've defused all the sensor A bombs, it triggers the final bomb, which is a sensor B type, where it cannot be seen on the radar in the upper right corner with the like green, like little cloud thing. It's a bomb that can only be detected by sound. But just due to the fact that we know where the bomb is, you know, like they said, you don't really need to equip the sensor. You just need to have it in order to trigger this event, you know, per the story. And, you know, the one tricky thing about the sensor B bomb is you know, if you get too close to it, boom.
Yeah, it's got a proximity sensor, but that shouldn't be a problem. Actually, come to think of it, I've never seen it.
Does that apply in full game, though? Because that applies in the VR missions. I'm not sure if that applies in full game.
I've never seen it, but...
Yeah, because I've gotten right up close to this bomb we're about to defuse, and I've never had an issue, so...
It's just...
I think it had happened to me in VR.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does it in VR, but I've never seen it happen in full game. But they tell us that it's there. Okay.
Oh, Rip Stillman.
That's unfortunate. Such a good character.
Got killed by the mega bomb in the other shell, the basically other half of the map, and most of which we will never see. So we're going to go defuse our own mega bomb here. Luckily, we know right where it is, and on European Extreme, it is in a very, very easy place. It's just right there for our convenience, and there we go.
It's very weird. The shell is
So
not
we're going to
syncing
fight
today.
Fortune now, which is not one of the hardest boss fights in the game. She is lethal. She fires much faster on European Extreme. She is a one-hit kill. We just have to avoid her for a set amount of time. But we can actually speed this fight up a little bit by making her destroy certain things in the room. The fourth is the most important. There's a set number of things in the room she has to destroy before this fight can actually end. We're in the box because it makes our turn-in radius better. We can turn back and forth much faster while in the box. But yeah, just don't get hit or you're dead.
Also, feel free to jam to yell Dead Cell right now.
This is my favorite track in this whole game.
It is decent in a word.
Yeah, and competition's pretty fierce because the music in this game is just outstanding overall. It really is.
It's my favorite game by a smidge for a reason, and there's a lot of qualities about this game, especially Substance with all the extra add-ons and VR missions, and it's just all kinds of goodies that you really never get sick of.
At least we're on PC, so there's no lag for this if you were to play this on, say, PS2.
Or original Xbox, which I've done a run of this game pretty much on any combination, any platform, any difficulty. Like, I've done literally everything there is to do in this game. And PC is by far the best way to play this game.
I'm sure people remember what this was like in 2001, 2002 on the PlayStation 2. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah, there was a lot of lag.
And actually, that's one of the benefits of running this on PC is not only just not dealing with the lag with, you know, Fortune or, you know, Stinger lag when we get to that point later, but it's the way the game is timed. There are, like, no loads, which you have to worry about for your actual, like, you know, run final time on console, you know, depending on what version it is. You have to account for, you know, either loads, no loads, or there's a loading trick. If you're playing this on PS3 HD collection, like when I first started off, but I don't know about you, Glenn and Apache, but it's like once you've gone PC with this game, it's really hard to want to like go back.
Yes, absolutely. It's the fairest way to play as far as speedrunning goes as well.
Yeah. This is based on the Xbox, the original Xbox port, so the Xbox plays pretty much the same, just has more lag.
We did a little trick there. We can just give the guard a quick blast with the coolant, and it will daze him. I just love that interaction exists.
He's not a fan of that fresh Febreze smell.
Oh, I love being a good Febreze.
Also, we gotta be very careful with this cipher here, so that's why D-Limes is gonna go into box just so he lowers his profile enough so when that cipher turns, it won't see him.
It's pretty convenient that you can use the time left there to use as a bit of a visual cue for that cipher. And he's just kind of a pain. And that's one of those, this is one of those little differences between Game Over Discovered and GOID, which you have to wait for him to come down, because normally we would just round that corner, shoot him with the Trank, and then cartwheel up the stairs, knock him out, and proceed on to our first real boss fight of the Big Shell, Fat Man. My favorite boss fight in the game.
Not my favorite.
There are two kinds of people.
Also, if you like the bombs from before, well, guess what?
There
More
are
bombs!
more of them. All right, so
boss
Fat
fight.
Man's fun. Big guy on roller skates, and he's just gonna make fun of us real quick. We're gonna trank him real quick, make sure before those stars appear, knock him over. Stars are gonna appear as we take out the bomb. He's just gonna do this Fat Man shuffle again, put him down. Make sure that we get these headshots before those stars appear to let us get that extra shot in. And now we have to chase him around the arena. And basically rinse, wash, repeat, take him down 6 shots, and he'll go back down, and we're just gonna follow him. He does have some iframes, so you may wanna wait a little bit. And let's see, where is he gonna go? Okay.
Yeah, it takes 6 shots with the SOCOM to knock him off balance, and depending on how well you time the shots, you can get 2 critical hits on the head. Yeah, this is part of the fight that I hate, is when he does this, like, zigzagging.
Just for safety, grab some extra SOCOM. Good. Where's he going? Okay.
That was really well timed for picking up that ammo.
Did you fire something there?
He'll do that if you shoot him in his blast suit with the M9s.
Decent enough fight.
That was fine. Yep.
As long as he doesn't plant any additional bombs, it was a good fight. And this is the final mega bomb, and we're done with bombs.
Woo!
I
No more
promise.
bombs.
No more bombs.
I think this would be another good time for some donations as we get set up for the next part of the game.
Of course. We got $25 from Danger Zone. Jack, do you know what day it is today? It's the last day of SGDQ. We hit 2 million for charity, obviously.
I remember that being in the game.
Me too, yeah. We got $25 from Hit On by Solid Snake. Can't believe I'm making a $25 donation to the famous D-Limes 13. Good luck on the run.
Thank you.
Keep going.
One more.
All right. We got $200 from Greater Steven. Try to donate every year for MSF. Glad I woke up in time to catch the rest of the Final Fantasy X run and excited for Metal Gear Solid 2 in the lineup for the rest of the day. Stay cool and play video games. Thank you, Steven.
All right, that is a tricky cipher to get because I have to avoid all the Claymore mines that are just hidden on that bridge and try to take that out before the thing spots me. This room can be a little tricky because I learned there's a new way to get spotted in here the other day, so I'm going to try to be super careful.
Okay, we're good.
All right, yeah, we're good.
We did a bit of a little preview on our community channel, and according to Platonic Guy, Lime shot just a hair too high on that. He came around the corner and spotted us, and
Yeah, if you shoot on the upper half of the wall for whatever reason, and I didn't know this up until about a week ago, he'll just go upstairs to investigate for whatever reason, like he heard the shot from upstairs. And if he does that, he turns around instantly and sees me, so yeah, no good.
we're not going to do that again.
Yeah, so you'll notice that Raiden has a different outfit now. Maybe he was just getting tired of the sneaking suit he was wearing, but we're now dressed up as one of the guards that you've seen from the tanker. Because guards that are positioned in the Shell 1 core have this different BDU outfit as opposed to the ones you've seen on the perimeter, and we need the AKS-74U so we can pass that security check by that camera there. It will trigger an alert, which in this case, instant game over if you don't have either one. And as long as you just have both these items equipped, I mean, hey, you're cartwheeling, I mean, they don't really seem to care. But you do want to be careful. You don't want to gain any unnecessary attention by, bumping into them, which will unequip your BDU or attack them. Also, that parrot just says, hello.
Hello. But we were supposed to get a B1, but we need the D-mic for plot.
Yeah, so we're going to be trying to find a guy who has a pacemaker and a mullet, essentially. That's why we need the directional microphone, so we know who he is. But I just look for the guy with the mullet. The rest is kind of irrelevant and a waste of time, but, story flag.
Yeah, so problem is, even though we have the disguise, we don't pass the biometric scan, so we're just going to borrow this guy. Thank you. It's for charity.
Retinol pattern recognized.
All right, real quick, everyone. There are 4 sections. You have northwest, southwest, southeast, and northeast. Where is Colonel Ames?
Southeast.
There's about 20 different spots or so, and it is complete RNG. Nope.
Where are you?
Nope. Oh, he's in the middle of the room, so I'm going to have to do a backup.
Oh, boy. This is pretty much the only room that's not fun.
You're Ames, aren't you?
So the guards still think I did, or they still think I have the AK equipped because I did a punch kick and then switched to the directional microphone during the kick. So they think I still have the full disguise on. If I didn't equip the directional microphone, they would have spotted me instantly from that position. So that's a nice little backup we have in sticky situations like this. But this little section coming up, trying to escape this Shell 1 core is very, very tricky. So I'm going to concentrate on this for a couple minutes.
All right, so our disguise was foiled. Oh no, and we've lost the mask to our BDU. So our disguise is basically pointless at this point. And since we're on GOID, we have to wait for this guard to come a little bit closer than normal. And then we can get on the elevator here. Equip the chaff, and upstairs the cameras are still active. And because we don't have our mask to our BDU, we have to use up a chaff grenade here so that we can at least bypass the cameras. And we're going to take out a couple of guards here on our way out.
There's somebody there.
There's nobody there. Right?
I didn't see anything.
Yeah, so you have to be very careful when trying to exit.
Titan security.
Because as you can see, not only is there a SWAT team guard on the off to the left side of the screen when D-Limes exited the elevator, but there's one with a riot shield at the exit, which is probably the one that I personally don't like the most. And guess what? Yep, ciphers are back.
Ciphers are back, but at least now we have a convenient AK-74. Easy peasy, just take them out real quick. There we go.
Yeah, and then also likewise, you just have to be very mindful of the mines on the bridge. I mean, they're still there throughout the game, so we're just going to be taking the same paths as he's been taking before. Ooh, man, that always makes me nervous.
We are in caution, so per room there is the normal guards, and then there's also extra guards investigating for the entire time that this caution is active.
And then that is the PSG-1. We need that for story flag purposes and, I guess, for utility for exactly one shot. And out we go. That's a very hard room, so I'm glad I got through that okay.
Yep.
I don't know about you guys, but I mean, the plant costume theme is always like another jam.
Yeah, it's a good one. Still think y'all.
I can't think of a bad track in this entire game.
Yeah,
it's so
there
good.
really aren't any.
Also, we're going to be using the box once again because, like Apache said, because it's an ongoing caution, you got a mix of regular sentries with the SWAT team guards and the BDU. While we don't have the mask portion anymore, it still does serve a purpose. It kind of provides like indirect camouflage in a way, like where guards maybe won't see you right away. It does become important later after this Harrier boss fight coming up.
An unintended effect of it as well is if there's a room where it renders a cutscene with Raiden in it, wearing it, that cutscene will take longer to load. So on not so much on PC, but definitely on PlayStation 2, you need to remember to take it off in certain places.
Yeah, it's negligible on PC. It is still slower, but it's negligible.
Hey, wait a minute. I thought we were done with bombs.
Well, these are different bombs, I guess.
These aren't the stink bombs. These are gonna sink your battleship.
So there are 14 of these sensors I have to take out. If I shoot down these ciphers while the bombs are active, then the whole place blows up, but we got both of those. A-okay, no problem. As long as I don't shoot the Semtex, then we will get out of here, no problem.
Interestingly, if you're playing on PlayStation 2, if you have a second controller plugged in, you can control that flag waving on the second controller.
Decent.
All right, good, good.
Now the next boss fight.
All right, so this is probably everybody's favorite when it comes to watching this happen, but running it is a whole nother story. So we're going to be using the stinger that was dropped on the bridge for us, and D-Lance is going to go for a 5-hit, and he got it.
Good.
You have to fire right away once you pick up the stinger if you want to get optimal damage. And what's going to happen is he's going to, jet stream away, and then he's going to do this like missile barrage Gatling gun. He's going to go down the steps to kind of take cover, and he's going to lock on for another shot.
Did not hit.
Okay,
Not
so
a big
what's
deal.
going to happen here is what we call the die shot. So if you cancel the cutscene as you see Solidus fly over the Harrier and he drops the carpet bombs, if you cancel it just right, you can get an indirect lock-on followed by a secondary, which it looked like he got. And then this is the
I'll let you go out in style.
yeah, the
That's
let
my
you go out
favorite line in the whole game.
I was about to say that one's always fun to hear.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh well.
Yeah, so you just saw D-Limes kind of peek out with the SOCOM, and you're going to see him do it again here, which is the method in order to survive this missile barrage here, because every time you peek with the SOCOM and then go back and repeat, it gives you iframes, which is very convenient for surviving the missiles, because they will kill you in one hit here.
We have not done enough damage, so he's going to fly away here, and we're going to have to extend this by just a hair, which is really unfortunate. He did fire 2 stingers at the Harrier when he popped up from below, but I didn't see them connect. Did you?
No.
Health bar.
All right, good enough.
Right.
Good enough.
Okay.
Very good fight.
Yeah, ideally you want to end that fight during the missile barrage where you don't see him, fly away. It just, loses you probably like, maybe like 30, 40
All right, leap of faith.
seconds.
Here we go.
Okay. Woo!
Scary every time.
Yeah, you can go down the, go into hanging mode and then drop down on the pipe and then just make your way across that way. But if you time the cartwheel on the edge of the busted bridge, you can make it.
I don't care how many times I've run this game, that leap still scares me.
Also, this
Yeah,
is
it's
where the
literally the last
BDU
step.
comes in handy here, because if we don't have this equipped, the guards right there will spot us right away, even though it's very questionable why they don't see us in the first place. Maybe to distract by the
guards are
seagulls.
This
Yeah,
is Metal
the
Gear. They're
timing is very tight on that. So if I was like maybe a second later, I would have got spotted even with the BDU on.
Yeah, they're not that blind in this game, but
Knock here to distract that guard and go on here super early so we can avoid what we call the D-Lime special.
That's
Yeah,
where you
crossed.
just run and fall off the edge.
all right. So you might be wondering, why are we swapping between weapons? Well, this is something that also carried over into Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes. Raidens and in Twin Snakes, their position will reset on certain weapon swaps. So we do that to actually move just a hair faster, because that animation is really slow.
Also, that guard on the rooftop, I don't think he went before the stream today. He was unprepared.
But there's
All right.
only one toilet on either side of the shell, so he's so far from it that he doesn't have a choice.
He might not be allowed breaks, I don't know.
All right, so a nice optimization here. If you turn during the cutscene, you'll actually be facing that way when you exit the cutscene. Who found that?
I did. It saves like 1 frame. I found that.
Appreciate your contribution.
No worries.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
problem.
we're for that. So now that we're in Shell 2, we're going to be rescuing President Johnson, who is locked in this room, guarded by electrified floor panels. And we need to get the Nikita launcher in order to fire a missile remotely to take out the power generator in there. And so we're going to be going for a bit of a swim in order to get the Nikita. Its location varies based on difficulty.
I wish I could use my cell phone underwater.
Yeah, I mean, that would be very convenient, wouldn't it?
I can for about like maybe 5 minutes, so.
It's a lot longer than I could.
Of course, it's not as easy as you think, because guess what? Yep, somebody planted some underwater mines in here, which kind of like the ongoing theme of European Extreme. You touch that, you're dead.
Yeah, they look
Yeah,
fun to
you're-
touch, but they're not fun here,
It's not a water
European
balloon?
Extreme is the you touch it, you die difficulty.
pretty much.
That goes for everything in the game.
Yeah, and I guess while D-Limes is making his way back up, I think this would be another good time for a couple donations.
Oh, heck yeah, there, bud. We got a whole bunch of love coming in from the MGSR community here. Let's start with $25 from Johnny H521. Congrats on crossing off your streamer bucket list and making it to the live stage, Limes. You make the MGSR community proud. We also got $10 from Elrod VHD. So awesome to see both D-Limes and Joestar running MGS and the same GDQ. That's good, Snake. Got $50 from Himalaya Sal's. Just says, nanomachine, son.
I knew I forgot to do something. So I'm supposed to distract the president, that way he gets away from that area. So now I'm gonna have to really improvise and not kill him. So this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, so if you touch him with the missile, he dies, and then you die because of that.
Okay, all right, good enough. So
It's fine.
The president really has to stay alive for another 10 or 15 seconds.
all right, we can do a few more donations.
All right. We got $50 from Eladamir. First time attending GDQ in person. Let's get 120 stars unlocked. Awesome to watch D-Limes 13 crushing Metal Gear Solid in the audience.
Woo!
Woo, indeed. Got $25 from Athena21. My first memory of MGS2 is of a boy on the school bus trying to tell me about it, and I told him not to spoil it. I'm glad, because I played it and it is one of my favorite games of all time. Thanks, Athena. It is a good game. $25 from, that's Raspberry. I played MGS2 for the first time recently, so super exciting to see the speedrun. Keep it up. As well as $75 from Theory. Let's go Limes at GDQ again, but with MGS2. Smash it, mate. Also, spam movement.
Shout out Fairy.
Thank you, Theory. All right, somebody want to explain swim glitch?
All right, I guess I'll take a crack at it. So we saw the swimming before as intended when we got the Nikita, so we're gonna break the game a bit here. So what we're gonna do this time around is D-Limes is gonna match the ceiling height with Raiden here, and he's gonna swim on this wall on a very specific angle, and if done right, wow, look, you're swimming in air. And then guess what? Hey, they didn't patch the ceiling there, so we could just swim right through it.
You
That
got
was a
off
good
first try.
shoot
Let's
cycle.
go.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, so now we're swimming across, B1 of Shell 2, and then we're gonna surface into what's the loading zone for the next fight with Vamp. So yeah, nicely done.
Well done indeed.
All right, so he is a one-hit kill. We're basically gonna bait him to come out and swipe at us with his knife. Get out just at the right time so we have iframes, and then we're just gonna punch him to death and hopefully not get killed.
And this is one of those tricks where this is something I learned casually before I discovered speedrunning on my own, is this particular glitch where if you're close enough to him, he'll just continue to swipe at him and you can just slap him to death. So you can get quite a few hits in here. I know comfortably for me, it's about 5, 6, maybe 7. I know Joe sometimes will go for, 9?
Yeah, he's a madman.
Joe's really good at this fight.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of punches you can get will make this go by faster, but it does add a higher risk to it. There's even a method that BMN has done where it starts it off differently, but allows you to get up to like 10 punches without, getting knifed, but it is incredibly risky. But hey, nicely done on Vamp.
Indeed.
That fight honestly looks easier than it really is. It's very, very
talk about
challenging.
that
was
strat
nicely done.
for so long.
Actually, it was thanks to speedrunning when I watched this, when Tyler played this a few years ago, that it went from like hating Vamp to actually just looking forward to it, because like you could just kind of get that sweet revenge of just struggling with them, growing up and playing the game.
Yeah.
So the game is going to slow down here for a little bit. We're going to be rescuing our good friend Emma, quote unquote. So maybe explain briefly what this is going to entail, and then we're going to have time for so many donations.
We picked up the body armor there just for a start. We're going to need that later. The body armor turns certain attacks that are one-hit kills into two-hit kills, so it's super useful. worth their 10 seconds to pick it up.
Definitely.
Agreed.
Yeah, and then Emma Emmerich is, Otacon's, I think, what was it?
His
Stepsister. She was brought in to, program the AI, which we'll learn about a little bit more later with Arsenal Gear. And we need her help, which, funny as I say that, we just kind of leave her behind, but you don't actually have to bring her into the next room.
She couldn't walk. I feel lied to.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, she looks okay to me, but she's been sedated with drugs, so she can't really walk on her own. So we have to literally hold her hand for the majority of this. And, but in the context of the story, we need to bring her back over to Shell 1 where there was the computer lab with the, where we got the D-mic in the B2 floor of Shell 1. And this is kind of one of the parts of the game where it's, you can kind of relax, take a breather. Which, funny enough, going back underwater again, and normally this hatch would be open, but because D-Limes did the swim glitch, the game just doesn't know that we never went through there yet. So this is one of the things about the swim glitch is, like, you save time up front, but then you lose, 6 seconds to open the door? 8 seconds. So you have to kind of, like, subtract that in when attempting the swim glitch, and man, I don't know how you swim through those 2 mines without hitting it. I mean, it just scares me every time.
Thanks, I hate it. But yeah, we're just going to be escorting her through a few rooms. We're going to have to take out a couple guards and a couple ciphers, so this is a pretty chill time for some donations.
Sounds good to me. We got $100 from Drew Barbs. MGS is my favorite game series, and MGS2 is a standout. Good luck to D-Limes on the run, and thanks to the GDQ crew for putting on a great event for a great cause. Thank you, Drew. That's very kind of you. We got $50 from Anonymous. Hey, GDQ, love what you do. Happy to donate for charity at every event you do. Hope everyone is having an amazing time. Good luck to all the runners. Donation goes to Host Choice, which I would love to see that Metroid Dread boss rush personally. I think that's the first time we're seeing that at an event like this. So yeah, let's see that.
The boss rush is really cool for Dread.
We got $1,000 from Carl Sagan 42.
Woo!
Very nice.
They say, you are all wonderful people, and yes, that means you. I didn't get an official death count yet for Team Double Jump Dinos, but this hopefully should cover it. Thank you, Carl. I think you might have done it. But that is not all. So we also have $2,000 from Anonymous.
Wow.
Woo!
With no comment, but thank you so much. And that's not all. We have $3,000 from Anonymous.
Oh my God, let's go.
Who says, smiling, winky, kissy face emoji? Which, thank you. You're making me blush.
So what you just saw D-Limes do there with Emma is what we call the Emma bump, where you lead her up to the door as it's open and you just kind of like push her through. It allows Emma to kind of spawn in a little bit further ahead into the next room. It just saves you a little bit of time. On PC, it's, I want to say relatively safe to do, but on console, it's very risky because for some reason on console, when you do that Emma bump, there's a chance the game could soft lock where Emma falls to the floor, goes into the ocean, and yeah, you can't really grab her key card anymore. You can't proceed, and it's, you know, something I've done for years, even though I was advised against it many, many times until I finally learned the hard way.
Yeah, for
It's a 99% chance to soft lock your game.
For whatever reason, on this version of the game, the floor and coming out of the core is a little bit further, I think, than it is on, say, HD Collection. On HD Collection, I see people go for it, and Emma will, you'll notice her fall through the floor as she'll walk through the door, and at that point, your run is dead. You can't get her back. It's not a good time. Free on PC, don't try it on console.
Being
But you have to be
super
so
safe
precise
there.
taking out those two guards.
It's very easy to hit these guards. You aim for their back of the head. Sometimes it'll just get their neck for some reason. If the neck gets hit, they're going to turn around. They're going to spot you, and that's GG. So took that extra save. But this is the infamous Twilight sniping section. So We're going to be taking out a bunch of guards, some claymore mines that are on the bridge, and some ciphers as Emma walks across the oil fence to the other side of the big shell, since we can't get there by other means. It was destroyed. So this would be a great time for donations.
Sounds good to me. We have $250 from Annie. Greetings from Berlin. Thanks to everyone working this incredible event. From Annie, Adeline, and Julian. Thank you so much. We got $25 from Zinteld. Another GDQ event is slowly coming to a close. Everyone involved has done a fantastic job once again. Thank you for all your hard work, and let's make sure we close GDQ out with a bang. Yeah, let's do just that. Can we get some hype for getting this closed out with a bang?
Woo!
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go. Keep going?
Sure.
All right, we got $100 from DarkLink41. You're all great, and I hope you know just how much everyone appreciates every single person involved in this event. No, you're great, Darklink. You're great. $250 from Tesla, the murderous trombonist, which great name, by the way. Dollar per day keeps the borders away for the doctors and such. $100 from, Guivir? I think Guivir. Thank you to the runners, hosts, and the GDQ crew. I've been watching all these years, and these are always a fantastic time. Thank you for supporting such a great cause. And thank you. And keep going?
Sure.
All right.
We got probably 3-4 minutes of this.
Go. Geez, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. We have $200 and $250 from Anonymous. No comment, but thank you very much. We got $15 from Bitter Blue. Such a great event. Thank you to all those who made this event possible and so much fun. You did and still do an amazing job. Less than 3. Good luck to all the runners. $25 from Dallas. Have you heard of their critically acclaimed charity, Doctors Without Borders, which includes the entirety of Summer Games Done Quick and award-winning bonus incentives? Donate today! Let's see. $100 from Anonymous. Another GDQ event almost over. These always go by so fast, and this has been a very quick week. I agree.
Mm-hmm. One quick thing I'd like to point out real quick is we have a bounty to skip this section in our community. I think it's upwards of like a couple grand or so. You can see why we don't really care for this section all too much. So if you're a programmer, engineer, whatever, have interest, please put us out of our misery. I don't want to do this anymore.
A lot of like
any
really
sequence break. That is
a lot of really good glitch hunters have taken a crack at this game and never been able to find like a full sequence break. We can skip small sections, but we've never been able to actually break the sequence. It is theoretically possible, but that's why the bounty just keeps going up, because as we get more speedrunners come and join this game, they keep saying, yeah, I want to skip for this game too, and add into that much. So it's community funded, the Metal Gear Speedrunners community.
it's so weird too, because there have been new skips and glitches found in MGS1 recently and MGS3. This game is still nothing.
No, just sitting there static. Like we have some skips which we're going to come up on some in late game, but just not that huge defining game breaking one where it just completely makes our lives easier. So I don't know.
No sequence breaks for this game yet. It blows my mind. This game is surprisingly well put together, in quotes.
It's so well made, yeah. It's
yeah, for a 20-year-old game, this is very, very well made. And I think it stands the test of time pretty well from a gameplay standpoint.
It's aged pretty well, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I guess one of the things I, don't know if most people notice, like throughout this sniping section, is when you have turbo enabled, it's not only just for skipping the codec text lines faster in the cutscenes, but it turns your semi-auto sniper into fully automatic. It allows you to fire the thing way faster than anyone possibly could.
It's great until you don't notice that you have it on.
I already did that once this run. You probably didn't notice it, but Yeah, if you have it on at the wrong section, it can be bad.
It's fine.
Yeah. If you have it on, like, if you go to grab a guard, you'll just instantly choke him out, so you gotta watch that.
There we go.
Oh yeah, and then a big shocker, that Bliskin fellow that I was talking about. Oh yeah, it's really Solid Snake.
What?
I know.
It's
Debatable.
you're telling me you were right at this point?
I thought I was
You've seen him
crazy.
before?
But I mean, yeah, he actually called in, said, "Hey, I'm here to help you," which on this difficulty doesn't really mean a whole lot because he literally shows up at the very end when we already took out the last cipher. But yes, that was the big shocker.
And even worse, his aim sucks.
Yes.
All right, this is Vamp again. We're just gonna tickle his leg a little bit.
How did he survive?
And it's a fight.
Yep, that was
fight?
Vamp.
Okay, that's a fight.
Great
Let's
Vamp
go.
2.
It is considered a boss fight, at least on speedrun.com. So and now we enter endgame.
Yay. Did somebody... What happened there? It's like somebody got punched in the nose and they had to be taken away.
Yeah, somebody spilled their cranberry juice probably. But anyway, we have to get back to the computer room. There's gonna be one guard we have to take out and a couple of ciphers on the bridge coming up here. If we take a game over in a timed section like this, then we have to restart the entire section over again. So very important that I don't get spotted here. So we're just gonna throw a chaff grenade on this bridge, disable the cameras, and be on our merry way.
Yeah, so the ciphers are still around as before, and the connecting bridge going into Shell 1, the panels that were loosened and fell into the ocean, they stay missing. And personally, I can't recall how many times I've fallen through that bridge not paying attention, just going on autopilot at this point. Ooh.
I went for a stereo there, basically skipping all the stairs, and I just did it a little bit too early. Oh well.
That's fine.
All right, now this is really where the game gets ramped up, but we got time for like maybe 1 or 2 donations before the action starts.
Sure. We got $25 from Plywood.
Woo! Plywood.
Yeah, that's a name I know too. Big congratulations to Joseph Josar, Mechazeranium, and D-Limes13 for showing off these awesome Metal Gear runs. D-Limes, we are counting on you, letting this day go out in style. We're all cheering for you in the Metal Gear Speedrunners Discord, my friend.
Thanks, man.
We also got $5 from Homeschool Joey. Stayed up too late last night watching the runs, and I fell asleep. I remember getting Metal Gear Solid 2 on launch date at my local Circuit City and have such great memories of the game. Best of luck to the runner, and lale lule. Whoa, let's get to 2 million.
Woo! Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
You can't keep this up. They're bound to find you.
Time for one more?
One quick one, yeah.
All right, $25 from Bro Randy. Games Done Quick has always been a favorite of mine along with the Metal Gear Solid series. You are all doing an amazing job for doing this.
All right, guys, want to explain this wonderful section called Arsenal Gear?
Well, at this point, we lost all of our gear, and they literally took the clothes off our back, and I mean, quite literally.
And the streaking section is quite interesting. So this may have looked familiar if you played MGS1, but it doesn't matter. We're going to hold select coming through this door, and that way we open the codec on frame 1. And what the colonel says doesn't really matter. It's more important is this guard won't actually spot us. He'll be, who's there?
I don't know, maybe it's the helmet they just can't really see anyway.
Yep. But, this is where the colonel is going a little crazy, the AI, and he is going to just kind of try and distract us and get us to quit and do all kinds of things just so that we don't complete our mission.
Decent.
Nice. Solidus, thank
Decent.
you. We've cartwheeled over that. If he fell down that would have been very bad, very unfortunate. And the backups for this room are just teeth clenching, to put it mildly. And in this room, we're just going to have quite a few more codecs, and the last one will be talking to Rose again, and the plot will continue, but there's not much really else to talk about. I think we have time for a couple donations.
Yeah.
Sweet. We got $5 from Tabaru. I had to donate during the MGS run. Great event as always. Thank you. Oh, thank you. We got $10 from D Magico. Good morning, everyone. Good to get to see some Final Fantasy and Metal Gear. What an awesome morning. Good luck on the run and keep on keeping on. $5 from Patriot03. Thanks for giving MGS2 on the stage. It's my favorite game in the series.
See, I told you it was Snake.
Yeah, we do a couple more.
Okay.
So, huh?
$50 from JFNV. Second time donating this week. This MGS2 run is just amazing. Good luck to D-Limes13 and all runners. Ooh, we also got $10 from Rosemary. Jack, do you know what day it is tomorrow? $25 from Gamer Corgi. Let's get that Metroid Droid boss rush. Had a ton of fun with that game. Yo, me too. Yeah, let's see it.
All right. Arguably, the couple hardest sections of the game coming up, Tengu 1, Tengu 2, both are going to involve skips. Both can be scary in its own right. I'm just going to play the game.
All right, so with Tengu 1, it's like in the Guard Rush and Tinker, it's one of the scripted alert sequences. So what he's going to do is start off with throwing a stun, which is going to knock out these guards right in the area, except for that guy, which is unlucky.
He's wearing sunglasses.
Yeah, so he's going to basically lead up to this door, just throwing stuns.
Ooh, getting a little dicey. Okay.
Nope.
Oh.
Oh, my turbo just failed me. I'm going to take a continue here, maybe.
Hey, let's go.
Saved it.
Oh my god, that was so scary.
God.
So what happened there at the end was when you lay up against the door with Raiden and then you go into first-person camera and start the punch, kick, if you let go of the camera on the kick, Raiden's leg will actually go through the door and touch the loading zone on the other side, allowing you to just skip what's a very lengthy Tengu 1. And then Snake, as much as we like him, we're just going to put him to sleep. We're going to be doing what's the Tengu 2 coolant skip, which... I mean, again, they look fancy, but I mean, their helmets are useless. I mean, look, it's just Febreze spray is just too powerful.
It's too strong.
I think he's just going to diffuse this situation.
Really? So for the longest time, this was only available on the Sons of Liberty PS2 versions of the game. You could skip this fight this way, but recently, Platonic Guy and myself refined the fight to where he found that if we interact with the guards after a certain amount of time, basically after a minute and 5 seconds into this fight, and then do it like a punch-kick combo to domino the guards at the end, it'll just skip the fight and basically time out the fight. There was another means that we had to skip the fight by choking one of the guards and just hiding in the back of the room, and that was very risky because Tengus could come back there and kill us, or just it couldn't work for some reason. But with this method, this is by far the best method, and it is faster.
Safer and faster. Speedrunner's dream for strats.
Hopefully.
Yep,
There it goes.
Hey,
Good thing, too.
Good thing I had that extra health. That's why I crouched and healed beforehand, just in case. So this is right before the Metal Gear Ray fight. This is right before my home, easiest boss fight in the game, said no one ever except myself. So we got about maybe 60 seconds worth of donations, and then we're going to have to fight 20 Metal Gear Rays.
Oh boy. All right, we got $25 from ASFI Channel. Throwing in what I can. Thank you and good morning from Australia. We got $526 from Pauza, who simply says, Pauza. And let me tell you something, Pauza. When that Wind Waker run comes around, you'll get all the Pauza that you can Pauza. $10 from Wolfpack. GDQ is always a good time. Glad to see y'all back in person, donating for the Dread Boss Rush. Love that game and would love to see more of it. $25 from a poor college student. Oh, feel that.
Yep.
I am super hyped for Wind Waker, one of my favorite games growing up. $15 from Bitter Blue. Such a great event. Thank you to all who made this event possible and so much fun. You did and still do an amazing job. Good luck to all the runners.
All right, here we go.
All right, good luck, Limes.
All right, so there are 20 rays that we have to actually take out, but you'll only ever actually see 3 of them with full health bars at a time. There is a little of a loop here that Lime's going to try and set up, but ideally we're going to just shoot them in the knees, wait for their head caps to open, and take out as much health as we can. It takes 3 critical shots with their heads open, plus 1 shot anywhere on their head to take them out. So they're not the most durable of Metal Gears that you'll see in the series, but they collectively are one of the more tedious fights in the series, or at least in my opinion. I'm not Lime's here, he thinks this is easy. The loop is very easy to drop, and once you drop it, it can be very difficult to get it back. It is possible, but it can be a pain.
Yeah, this is one of the beauties of running this on PC, is just due to the fact that you're not dealing with really egregious stinger lag where you just fire off a stinger round, your just whole game slows down. It's more noticeable on, PS2, PS3. I think on X series it's improved where it's similar to this, but as you can see, the rays are primarily coming in from one side of the stage here, and each time a ray jumps on stage, D-Limes is multitasking with spreading damage out to the next ray that's due up. And the way that you know the next ray is up to hop on stage is the one with the lowest HP in the vicinity will be the one that's up next. So we use that to our advantage when it comes to its mechanics of this encounter here. So that ray that D-Limes just destroyed is just going to jump on stage just because of how it was timed, which gives D-Limes plenty of time to set up damage on, these other rays. So like one ray jumps on stage, another one hops off, and then another one comes in from the background, even though it's a little bit hard to see. But if you look in the back, there is like a whole column of rays there, which, as he's going through each one, another one kind of starts to get up and move over to the stage, and it goes A through E if you look at the ray number IDs. So it goes AO1, AO2, AO3, and it goes, I think normally goes up as high as E2 by the time it's all said and done. But it kind of gives you a gauge as far how far you're really in. So right now he's up to the C2, 3, and 4. So he's about just about halfway.
Yeah, you'll never really see E04 or E05. You only need to take out 20 health bars of these rays. You don't need to take out 20 units individually. So you could get into E3, but you'll never see the end without a practice spot that we have for this fight, where you can actually just kind of do survival and the rays will continuously spawn. But he's holding it, so we're looking good here on rays. So
yeah, and then you'll notice that every once in a while he steps out from this corner here, which is kind of like a nice little safety spot for each time a ray jumps on stage. If you're too close to one, it'll knock you off balance, and if you're even way too close, you'll actually get splat, which has happened to me way too many times doing this encounter. And at the same time, when he goes into first-person view, he's allowing the ammo box for the Stinger to spawn, so he can just fill up on his Stinger ammo and then just quickly go back to the corner again.
And the Stinger in European Extreme only has 20, so we actually do have to keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and the window for that can be tight if you allow it to be.
Final set.
Come on.
It's really doing a good job of making this fight look not challenging at all when it truly is. It's so difficult.
Yeah, at least they're not attacking, because which attack they're going to use on you depends on how close you are. So if you're right up against him, he's going to try and step on you. About that mid-range, it'll shoot the water cutter at you. And if you're even further away, it'll use the machine gun. And even further than that, it'll fire its D missiles at you, and those can be a pain in the butt. But
yeah, those are very scary to dodge.
Let's
and,
go.
Really nicely done. Very nicely done in the race.
All right.
Cheeky save boss, completely warranted. We have the torture section and then one final fight with Solidus. Playing absolutely amazing, mate.
So, I'm old, I'm 30 years old, and I'm like to preserve my wrists, and this is the main reason why we have turbo, because we would normally have to mash at a rate of about 8 to 9 mashes per second to get through this torture. And frankly, a lot of people just cannot do this, and they could not play this difficulty for the longest time because of it. Thanks to turbo, we can stay healthy and not have to do this absolutely unnecessary torture. I can do it, I want to preserve my health.
Yeah,
This torture sequence actually got nerfed in the HD collection because even they thought it was too.
Yeah,
too
that went from
ridiculously
50
long.
to 15 seconds
It
in the
would have
HD
been over by now.
re-release.
By the time we talked about this.
Like, and on the PAL PS2 version, it's 60 seconds. Like that's just completely unnecessary, and it doesn't gain anything.
Yeah, I was about to say like PS2 Sons of Liberty, it's like over a minute or like 65 seconds. It's just
Yeah,
it's painful to look at it when you see someone trying to match for that long.
Can I get some hype for healthy life choices?
Yeah,
let's go.
Yeah, look after your hands because I didn't and I regret it so much.
All right, final boss fight, Solidus. I'll let you guys.
Let's
handle
go.
this.
One more
Let's
fight.
go. Last fight. Joe, you wanna explain what Solid is here?
Oh, sure. So while the AI kernel is trolling Raiden and Battle of Wits, I guess you can call it, Solidus is probably one of the most intense fights in the run, where it's going to be a mix of trying to continue a loop that we just saw with the Rays, but just in a different form, and then dealing with a little bit bouts of RNG, and usually in between phase 1 and 2 of Solidus. So what's going to happen is he's going to start off by going up to Solidus, kind of attacking once, trigger a counterattack kick. Okay, so you got a little bit mixed up with the punches there. So what he's going to do is he's going to start off an attack. He's going to get him to block, do a counterattack kick, and he's going to stagger his punches so he doesn't punch 3 in a row because we don't want to exceed his hitbox.
Which is not cooperating, and I'm fighting the camera angle too.
Yeah, I was about to say, the worst thing about this fight, other than Solidus' RNG at times, is the camera. Depending on where you are on this rooftop of the federal building, it's not the greatest to deal with. But what you're seeing here is he's staggering his punches where he's going 1, 2, pause, and then another punch. If you punch 3 times in a row, it makes Solidus fall over, and then he's going to zip away and then just do some really nasty things. So what he's doing is he's attacking on his good side, which is on his right, depending on how you're looking at it, because his left eye was shot out during the Harrier fight, so he has an eye patch on it. And we use that to our advantage when doing this loop, where we attack on his good side so he blocks, and then you swap over to his other side with the eye patch where it's his blind spot. And this is how you continue the loop. So now he's going to ditch the Dr. Octopus arms. He's like, all right, man, I'm getting serious now. So now, Glenn, I'm hoping for the people's elbow here.
We want the people's elbow. He's going to zip around and go across the map, and let's go. Nope.
Yeah, see, this is part of the RNG I was talking about is in his transition to phase 2 here, he'll actually do like an elbow when he goes to attack. In this case, he just does sword combos and just, make us waste time. So again, he's just going to continue the loop that he did from phase 1.
And time is on the final
by the
hit
way, on
of
the
this
final
fight.
hit.
Yeah, good thinking.
Great minds and all that.
Come on now.
Getting some much nicer camera angles now.
Okay, he kicked. Sometimes he will want to, he'll try and zip away from you, and then he'll come at you real fast again, so this is good.
Yeah, and then I don't know if we explained it, but the reason why we're doing this in the non-lethal version, other than for Big Boss, but it's actually faster to do it this way as well, so it kind of works out that way.
Yeah, you can get more attacks off.
Yeah, I think he needs like 4 more hits.
Let's go, Limes.
Ooh, okay. That attack.
Hey,
let's go.
Woo! That was actually a
believe
big
this
boss
is-
run too, by the way.
I believe this is the
Big
first
Boss.
time anyone's got Big Boss at GDQ.
Man,
in
way to
MGS2.
go.
Can't believe it. We've GOID as well. That is unbelievably difficult to do. No save and get the highest rank as well. Absolutely amazing run.
Yeah, no kills, no continues. Well, there are no rations on European Extreme. And
Scripted alerts, we're good. That is
Yeah.
Big Boss rank.
wow, way to go.
So I'm a little under the weather. I'm not feeling all that great. So I gave this everything I had and then some. I am exhausted from this, but getting Big Boss in an in-person GDQ is something I never, ever would have expected. That's for sure.
Good job, man.
That is so hard to do in a one-take, one-off run. Like you have no idea. But I'll be brief real quick. I do want to thank the guys on my couch, Glenn, Joe, Apache on remote. I mean, You guys are incredible. You guys have been with me the whole way. I do greatly appreciate it. Big shout outs to the Metal Gear speedrunning community. I know they're watching in the Discord VoIP, and they're cheering me on and whatnot. I hope I made you guys proud with this. Be sure to visit our website, metalgearspeedrunners.com. We have a Discord. We have a full wiki if you want to learn any of these games. Original Metal Gear Survive, everything in between. I don't know why you learned Survive, but
Sorry, Plywood.
check us out. Check us out. It's a cool place to hang, even if you don't want to speed run. And then just a quick shout outs to my lovely wife, Allison. She's in the crowd. We just got married 3 weeks ago, and thank you. And we made the journey up here. It's been a very hectic, very busy time for us, and she's been a big supporter of me and what I do and what I've been doing the last 4 years. And she makes some pretty awesome apparel as well. So that's what all these guys have on and whatnot. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for me. Anything else, guys?
Well, I guess,
Follow me on Twitter
where
at
can they
Apache
find you,
Smash.
D-Limes?
Oh yeah, I probably should shout out my own Twitch. You know, I hate being selfish. I do stream every now and then, twitch.tv/dlimes13. I stream Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2, VR stuff, all kinds of stuff on occasion, even some Gran Turismo here and there. So check me out, give me a follow. I'll be streaming next week, I'm sure. So, but yeah, thanks to GDQ for having me showcase this run, and let's have a great rest of the day.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Game's done quick, and of course, D-Limes, thank you for asking the three of us, doing comms for you. It's kind of surreal, like how many years it's been since I first started to learn how to run this game, and you just popped in my Twitch chat one day, and one thing led to another, and here we are.
Yep. So, all right.
I think that's it from us, guys. Thank you.